the entire fight, all the way up until that knockdown. When I fought Arrow, going into that fight, I said, I need everything to beat this guy. Just a simple move, a pull back counter, and I counter punched his jab with my jab. And he shook his head and he said something. And I thought to myself, oh, I got you. And what I realized in that moment was he's not as smart, not as intellectually sound as I thought he was going to be. And that seemed to kind of carry through the entire fight. It's one thing to get hit with it, like, things happen, but for him to acknowledge it and show how frustrated he was with in that moment, and then I started to see other moments of frustration as well.
Now, you guys know once I get surgical with these videos, it's explicit for a reason. I paint a vivid image, vivid picture so you guys could understand and leave no doubt, no question behind what I'm saying. Now, let me explain what Sean Porter was saying in that clip. Sean Porter was saying that Errol Spence Jr. has no IQ. His IQ was not up there. And that's not the only reason why, right? It's this word right here that Derek James, when he's asked about Terrence Crawford, he brings up. This word right here is called.
Kind of explain what makes Terrence Crawford so great.
I mean, he's a good fighter, man. What Terrence Crawford is a phenomenal athlete, phenomenal athleticism. Not depending on his athleticism as much as he has a skill set. Right? The skill set would give him more depth, carry you further. Look at D-Hop. D-Hop had a skill set. He mastered, and he was an intellectual boxer, and he mastered space, distance, time, way through the punches when he attacked. And so it's like you can't base who you want to be on your athleticism. You have to be able to be a disciplined fighter now.
Kell Book, Terrence Crawford, who wins?
Hey man, I'm going for the American, man. Come on, y'all gotta get. If he's
I
from
know
the
you.
UK, I'm going for the Team USA all the time.
What problems does Kell Book present to Terrence Crawford?
I mean, you know what though? I think that Terrence Crawford is so athletic
Wow.
that's his greatest strength is athleticism and his ability to find shots. Right? I saw like when he caught the guy with a punch, Amir Khan in the first round. But it was like, but that was all I saw. The other fight, I didn't watch it all. I don't watch a lot of boxing. I said it all the time. People don't believe it. But I think that his athleticism, Kell Brook may try to use his mass. He should. But man, this guy moves around on you like that. I can't see him being able to keep up with him anyway. But I'm going for Team USA anyway. Just
Athleticism, the physical qualities that are characteristics of athletes such as strength, fitness, and agility. Now, Derek James consistently tries to downplay athleticism like athleticism is nothing. Well, athleticism was the reason why Sean Porter was able to roughhouse Errol Spence Jr. and was able to land so much punches on Errol Spence Jr. and was able to go 12 rounds with Errol Spence Jr. Because Sean Porter had strength, he had agility, and he was very fit. And Errol Spence Jr. only won by a split decision against the athletic Sean Porter. Now, I like to compare Errol Spence Jr. to the likes of Canelo Alvarez. They're not the same exact boxer because what separates them is their defensive approach. Errol Spence Jr. defense is literally his jab, and Canelo Alvarez defense is his head movements. But if you pay attention to the fight with Sean Porter and Errol Spence Jr., Errol Spence Jr. wasn't able to land a high percentage jab on Sean Porter. Why? Because Sean Porter's agility. If you pay attention to the fight with Canelo Alvarez and Erison Landy Lara, Canelo Alvarez wasn't able to land a lot of punches on Erison Landy Lara because Erison Landy Lara agility. Canelo Alvarez and Errol Spence Jr., they're both good athletes, but they're not great athletes because they lack that one attribute to be a complete athlete, and that is agility. Y'all gotta pay attention to what I'm saying. This is the definition of agility. Agility, ability to move quickly and easily. Now, Errol Spence Jr. doesn't have agility. Neither does Canelo Alvarez. And the reason why I compare them two is because they have a lot in common. They're both strong and they're both durable. That's what they rely on. They rely on strength and they rely on durability. But their lack of agility is the reason why they have debatables, and the reason why Canelo Alvarez lost to Mayweather and he lost to Erislandy Lara despite of him getting the win. And I believe Canelo Alvarez and I believe Errol Spence Jr. had a draw with Sean Porter. I don't believe that Errol Spence Jr. did enough to win that fight. That's just my belief. Me watching the fight over and over and over and over and over and over again. There's no way Errol Spence Jr. won that fight. But it's business. It's boxing. Just like there's no way Canelo Alvarez won the fight with Erislandy Lara. He didn't win. He lost. But these are these guys' kryptonite. Guys that are agile. Right? So they rely on durability. Durability is what try to like neutralize a guy that's very agile. So all right, they move quickly, but I'm gonna keep going, I'm gonna keep catch up to them. And that's how they're able to win a lot of their fights, because of durability. But their lack of agility is the reason why they lose fights or they're in debatables. So if you pay attention to Terence Bud Crawford skill set, Terence Bud Crawford is an overall athlete with strength, fitness, and agility. And Errol Spence Jr. does not have agility at all. So when Derek James talk about Terence Bud Crawford, he brings up athleticism because he knows that Terence Bud Crawford is a superior athlete than Errol Spence Jr. And you can't sit here and downplay athleticism, because athleticism or skill set. To have a punching power to knock somebody out. Terence Bud Crawford knocked out 7 of the 7 opponents at the welterweight division. That is a skill set. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like, these guys are not intelligent. They're not intelligent. You call them trainers, but they're not intelligent. For you to downplay athleticism and not looking at a power as a skill set, the power to knock somebody out, that is a skill set. That's a skill to knock somebody out. The ability to be agile, to move out the way, and have the cat reflexes of Terence Bud Crawford, that is a skill set.
But what put Terence Bud Crawford over the top is
these
IQ,
things
bro.
are skill sets
It's
that
IQ.
Derek James are trying to downplay
Connor
and make it look
David
like
Avenue
athleticism
He's
can't
been
just win
hitting
a
him
fight.
with the uppercuts.
And it
He's been
definitely
hitting
can
him
just win
with
a fight.
with the left hook, and he finally caught him. And what Terence Crawford does, because of his higher level of IQ, he doesn't put the same amount of punches and all power on all his punches. He taps you with the same punch, taps you with the same punch, and then he puts more force on it. You're not realizing how strong he is, and then he knocks you out. That is IQ, bro. That is IQ. But if you let Derek James tell it, Terence Bud Crawford has no IQ. If you look at how he stopped Sean Porter in this clip right here, he realized that Sean Porter is lunging forward. Sean Porter, when he comes in like a propeller. He just comes in with hands blazing, right, with his head down. So Terence Bud Crawford said, you know what I'm going to do? And both times, the first time he dropped Sean Porter, he said, I'm going to step back twice and I'm going to drop him. And then he did it again. Step back twice and I'm going to drop him. And that's just to show Sean Porter a lack of IQ. That's to show Sean Porter a lack of IQ. And if Sean Porter has a lack of IQ and he was able to have a split decision against Errol Spence Jr., what do you think Terence Bud Crawford is going to do to Errol Spence Jr.? And y'all say style make fights, but I'm talking about the same attributes that Sean Porter consists of. great athleticism. That's why he was able to beat the shit out of Errol Spence Jr. for majority of that fight. And his lack of IQ is what caught up to him, right? Errol Spence Jr. didn't do nothing different. He kept on doing the same thing. He just caught Sean Porter with a shot. He didn't do nothing different in the Sean Porter fight. He didn't do nothing different. He just caught Sean Porter with a shot.
So I don't know how Errol Spence Jr. is gonna deal with Terrence Crawford when he's very flat-footed. He has no counter punching ability, and all he does is come forward with a jab and body work. I don't understand what's so great about this man that y'all really believe that he can do anything with Terrence Crawford that has so many things in his tools that this is gonna be the most important fight of his career. What you think this man is gonna do, bro? You're gonna see stuff from this man that you guys never seen before. I promise you. Errol Spence Jr., no matter how big of the magnitude of the fight is, he fights the same. He fights the same, bro. He fights the same. Like, there's nothing changed. You never seen Errol Spence Jr. add nothing to his game. He fights the same. How do you expect this guy to beat Terrence Crawford? That could fight on the back foot, that can switch. They say switching don't mean anything, but Kell Brook explained to you that switching means something, that Terrence Crawford can land different punches when he's switching. Like, it's just too much for Errol Spence Jr. to handle, bro. It's a bad matchup, and I keep telling you guys that. And July 29th, Errol Spence Jr. is going to get knocked out, and he's going to get beat up. He's going to get beat up. He's slow. He's not a fast fighter. He don't have fast hands. Y'all keep saying that Errol Spence Jr. has skills and he's technically sound. How y'all going to say all of this shit and then say he's basic? How y'all going to say all of this shit and then say he's basic? What skills does Tim Duncan have? He doesn't have a lot of skills. He don't have a lot of skills. So when y'all niggas going to say Errol Spence Jr. has a skill, is very skillful, in what way? If he's basic, how can he be very skilled? That doesn't make any sense. Y'all just say shit and then people repeat the type of shit. Like, I heard Errol Spence Jr. came out and said that he's defensively irresponsible in one of his interviews. Errol Spence Jr. never said that. Go back and look at any one of his press conferences and his post-fights or in his interviews. And he never, ever said that about himself until he heard the internet started saying it. He never, ever said that. He never said that. So he pays attention to the internet, and that's why he's going to lose. He's going to lose because he listened to these delusional ass people and people that's hyping him up and lying about who he is. He's not skillful. You got to tell me what he does that's skillful. He doesn't do anything skillful. Him going to the body, okay, that's fine. But you can see that most of his, like 40% of his shots is low blows. 40% of Errol Spence Jr. shots, and I'm not even hating. I can show you, if I can show you that it's not from hate. If I can show you Errol Spence Jr. literally just punching niggas in their nuts, you can't tell me that it's from hate. If I can show you that. He's not that good of a fighter, bro. He beats niggas because he's on steroids, right? And the niggas that he fighting, they can't punch, and they're not great boxers, bro. They're good boxers, but he has not fought a great boxer yet. He has not fought a great boxer yet. Sean Porter is not great because he lacks IQ. That's why he's not great. Ugas is not great because this nigga, he's mad flat-footed, right? And he has no killer instinct. You had Errol Spence Jr. hurt, and you couldn't do nothing with him. Danny Garcia, that nigga don't belong at 147, right? Mikey Garcia just don't belong at 147. You feel me? So he has not fought a great fighter yet. He has not fought a great fighter yet, bro. He has not fought a great fighter yet. He's not great his damn self. The nigga swings with his head down, bro. You swing with your head down. You attack with your head down. Like, he's not, bro. He does so many things that there's no way I don't understand why people saying that he's technically sound. He's fundamental. Well, fundamental what? A guy that don't have no head movements. That is very flat-footed. That whenever you hitting him, he covers up. How can you call that fun? It's beyond me. But like I said, bro, like, you can't ask a black person why they hate Donald Trump, and they tell you the reason why. They hear it in the media, and they repeat what they hear in the media. It's just like everybody else is hearing that Errol Spence Jr. is fundamentally sound, he defensively sound, and you can't show me how. Because I could show you Sean Porter beating on his ass. Sean Porter ain't never beat on Turnbull Crawford like that. Turnbull Crawford never got beat on like how Errol Spence Jr. got beat on like Sean Porter. Never. And he would never get beat on like that because he makes adjustments. Errol Spence Jr. don't make no adjustments. All he does is just go harder. He pushes harder. That's not an adjustment to neutralizing the fighters from doing what he wants to do. That's not an adjustment. You're just going harder, but you're not making no adjustment to make this nigga stop doing what he's doing. You're just going harder. That's not an adjustment. I don't know what you like I said, bro. July 29th, bro. Make sure y'all hit that like button and share this video though. I'm out.